Introducing to some and reintroducing to others. Speaker, entrepreneur, motivational coach, and author, Sheena Gadine. If you wish to contact her, you can contact her via email at sgadine16@gmail.com, or you can visit her website, www.theladybehindthemask.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to We Are Powerful Black History Month Poetry event. I am your host, Sheena Gadine, better known the lady behind the mask. And as always, we're here to give you just some awesome poetry, some awesome words, people coming in here to bless y'all. And just, remember that we are powerful. So first up, I'm going to have everybody introduce themselves, and then we'll get into the poetry thing. Lala, you're first.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laurinda Andujar, but I'm affectionately known as Lala. I am an author, a poetess, a certified John Maxwell speaker and coach, a grief recovery specialist, and a lover of all things under the sun. So I'm excited to be here tonight with Shayna and the amazing individuals that she has here to bless us. And that's a little bit about me.
All right, we're going to have Ms. Wallace.
Hi, my name is Lyris D.Wallace, and I'm half of Sisters Rock and Rhyme, and we're a writing team. We have 2 books, different sides of the same coin, as well as mirrored images, and I'm just happy to be here amongst such a wonderful group of people.
Okay, Michelle.
I'm author Michelle Cain. I'm the author, business owner, and writer of Christian inspirational writings, and I am glad just to be here with all of you awesome people.
Mr. Middleton.
Good evening. I am Pastor Ervin Middleton, author of Uncontrollable Control, which is coming out this year, actor, model, musician, and I'm happy to be a part of this wonderful cast.
Awesome. Alvin, Mr. Al.
All right, listen, hotep, man, to all of kings and queens, brother. My name is Alpine. I am the conductor on the A train. I am an author. I'm a motivational speaker. I have a passion for the diaspora and moving us and learning how to move us from individualism to understanding the power within our corporate space. We have more than enough to be successful. We just need to be able to adjust our rudders to get to that success. So be encouraged, and I look forward to listen. I really appreciate Shayna for opening up this platform for artists. Like I said, I have a book out, Rhymology, Note to Self. We are poets that are speaking life into you. So just enjoy the ride.
Excellent. And Miss Cheryl.
Hey, Sheena. Hey, everybody, for the second time. I had some internet issues, so I apologize.
It's okay. We got you here now.
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Okay. I am Cheryl Jackson, and I am part of a wonderful writing team with my sister, who is Lyris D.Wallace. We have 2 books available. We wrote our first book, Different Sides of the Same Coin, and we released our follow-up book, which is our second book, Mirrored Images, May of 21.
So excited to have all y'all awesome, wonderful, we are powerful people on the platform. So first up, I'm about to drop all y'all off the stage, and I'm going to have Michelle go first, and then we'll wrap it on around, which each one, we're going to just have them enjoy. So everybody sit back and, like Al said, enjoy the ride. So Michelle, you are about to be up. Let me drop everybody off the screen. You ready? Michelle, you're on mute. You got to start over.
I am authoress Michelle Kane, and what I want to inspire you about is to don't give up the fight. I want to inspire you to don't stop fighting. I don't mean fighting with your fist or with weapons, but don't stop fighting with your voice. Let your voice be heard because your words do have power. Don't stop fighting for your freedom and justice for all people. Don't stop fighting for your family and your children. Don't stop fighting for that new job and new job promotion you want. Don't stop fighting for that dream life that you want to have for yourself. Don't stop fighting for the COVID-19 patients who need your help and prayers. Don't stop fighting for the families that have lost loved ones to senseless acts of violence. Don't stop fighting for that business and that career. Don't stop fighting for what you believe in. Your state of giving up is canceled. Keep fighting. Don't stop fighting for yourself. We must have faith that God will restore and heal our world. I just want to inspire and encourage you all to keep fighting and work hard to achieve the dream life that you want for yourself. Keep pushing forward. Don't give up because quitting is not an option. Keep believing because your dreams and your goals and great blessings are waiting for you, but you got to keep fighting. Don't give up the fight and don't drop your gift.
Girl, I'm waiting on my shirt so I can have it on. Don't drop the gift. I'm just saying. We have a few people checking in, and they said, Michelle Kane, don't stop fighting. Then you have Selena who said, yes, Queen. Hey, Michelle. So y'all got people out here watching, they listening. So what inspired that piece that you wrote about for them not to stop fighting? What inspired that?
I wrote that piece during the pandemic because, people were being depressed and was wanting to give up, throwing the towel, felt like life was over.
Right.
But I wanted to write that piece to let people know, keep fighting. Don't give up on life. Things will get better. It seems hard now, but it will get better. Just don't give up. You got to keep going and you got to keep pushing because better days are coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Michelle. Hold on tight because we can have you do another one. Don't go nowhere now. Listen, this is giving the people some words, blessing them. So next up, I'm going to have Al pop in for us. So I'm going to drop you down. Mm-hmm. Tell you, maneuvering stuff. Next up is Mr. Al. It is your floor.
All right. Ready to rock and roll. Listen, I told you I had a little something for Mississippi. So we're going to go ahead and the name of this piece, I know we're talking about Black history, and there's a lot of different levels to our history. But I picked this one only because of some of the things that are taking place in our society today. This piece is called Lynching. That Mississippi justice in that modern day era is undoubtedly on the rise. With the current climate of our political discourse, should any of us really be that surprised? That racially charged rhetoric decodes what's meant by monkeying around what voters may decide. Unifying is not the edifice because conquering works best when you're able to divide. Georgia's Aubrey, Minnesota's Floyd, Kentucky's Taylor, Ohio's Yasko, and Virginia's Jones may as well have hung a strange fruit from the poplar tree before their spirits had gone on home. 245 attempts to properly criminalize, but our oppressors duly abstain. So another hashtag, another protest, another broken heart as we immortalize another victim slain. And as we mourn the POTUS, additional threats of violence as if the victim should share in the burden of blame. But fear is a useful deterrent when your main objective is to constrain. The barbarianism of 1921 Tulsa or 1985 Philadelphia's past is still within the government's reach. Wailing cries and tears for a mother's eyes falls on deaf ears to all those that she beseech. If we are deprived of our inalienable right to experience the joy of liberty's brighter days, then it is our responsibility to the diaspora to ensure that the rope swings both ways. Lynching, y'all.
Snaps. Yes, as always. You always blessing the stage with these words, I tell you.
I appreciate
Is that in your book that you wrote?
Yeah, that one actually is. The lynching is the one of the last poems in that particular book. Yep, Ramology, Note to Self.
All right, I gotta get that book. I gotta put it on the phone. Yes, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. You got people clapping, snapping, they giving fires, they loving it.
Gotcha. Appreciate it.
Loving it. We're loving it all. Next up, I'm gonna have Lala in the building. Miss Lala, how are you, honey?
Well, I am well. Thank you for having me tonight. When I tell you. So the piece that I wrote, I actually wrote this piece tonight in honor of Black history and the people that have come before us and everything that they've done to allow us to hold our head high and to walk through this thing called life. So this is definitely to honor you. And here we go. You left your mark on the world, even those of you who were hurled over the sides of the ships. These words uttered from your lips, just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors because they knew death was better than bondage. I pay homage. With the sway of my hips, the confidence that drips, because you laid your life down for a brother, a sister, and a mother. You gave guidance, the common sense to get up again. Even when I was knocked down, my gown of brown hues, flesh tone protected these bones from being brittle. You were belittled. Your light snuffed out, but it only fizzled, then lit up again. You were the author's invention, created by gifted hands with purpose plans for you to prosper and not perish. An heiress to a kingdom with no fences, white pickets and mass lynchings, but I won't forget you. You lived on in cage birds, the blues and rhythms, the concerto and strings, innovation, education, hymnals and beings, with masters and doctorate degrees, the advocates and magistrates that weigh in on things to tip the scales. No, we won't forget you. We won't forget you.
Yes, listen. I done told you. Look, you always listen. That thing just be fire, girl. Now, as you was writing this, since you wrote it today, what gave you that energy today? What was it that gave you that inspiration?
I'm so proud of the innovation that people of color have brought to the stage. And I think I was reading something the other day about how macaroni and cheese came into play, and how the young man that he was sold into slavery ate, and then how Jefferson stole his recipe for macaroni and cheese. And it's just something that has become the staple that feeds our soul. Our soul food was taken from us, and the things that have been taken from us. And I just wanted to pay homage to our people for the beauty that they bring. And that's where it sat with me on this piece, because there's so many negative things out there about people of color and the value that we bring to society. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were talking about how things went, even in healthcare and the different things that were offered to us. And I said to her, but the pursuit of liberty, of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness was never written with us in mind. So I just wanted to lift us up and remind us that we were beautiful and that we can keep going. So that's what that piece was about.
Yes, y'all hear it. I told y'all we are powerful. Listen, I'm telling y'all, we are powerful. Listen to the words that's coming out today. I'm telling y'all. So next up, I will have the poemanologist. You know, he's a little late because he's coming from work, but we're going to get him on stage. And then I'm going to have him introduce himself, and then he's going to give us some words tonight. Are you staying, or because I know you wasn't feeling well?
I'm actually going to stay. This is definitely lifting my heart, and I have another piece for you later.
Okay. All right, honey. All right. Don't go nowhere now. Be right there. Hello.
Hey, family.
How are you? Yes. I know you're running
Good.
late.
I am good. I do apologize. I'm an installation technician. I just install alarms, so I just had to do this real big house. This guy played for the Houston Texans, so his house was crazy huge.
I definitely understand. Listen, you gotta work.
Yeah,
You gotta
eat. I had to finish his house and get up out of there. I do apologize for being late, y'all.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You ready to do your piece, or you just want to introduce yourself?
I am. I'm ready to do a piece.
Okay, so you can introduce yourself and then go right into your piece. Oh, I just kicked him off. Hold on.
The Pulmonologist. I am the CEO of Drip the Mic Network. I have a couple of pieces on Spotify. You can catch me on Instagram at Poemanologist. And so I am a poet out of the Bay Area, Oakland, California. I'm now living in Houston, Texas. The piece I'm getting ready to do is called Perfect. I hope y'all can hear me okay. I am driving. So just kind of bear with me. Again, this piece is called Perfect. Perfect. It's out of reach, but me, I would never cease to seek to be better, because God don't let me forget that much better is in me. Been breathing for 5 decades, approaching this age, not of cage rage, but timid regret at the path I've laid, the prices I've paid, and the mistakes I've made. As if being young with heavy nuts hadn't already messed me up, I got kicked on my butt trying to take life shortcuts. Life shortcuts. Even now, as I say that phrase, that burden weighs on my tongue a ton. I asked God about these shortcuts. He simply said, son, there are none. Life was mine to take by the horns. But when it charged, I compressed that power. I cowered in a path to destruction flowered. Jail cells, jumpsuits, 3 hots, and a cotton door slam block was all I got. I was a loved one forgotten. I tried not to be anchored by these character constructors. A disgusted motherfucker flustered with disappointment, but driven by prosperity. Curves of life riddled with black ice sharpen my binocularity. I now see it's in my character to be a forceful movement, improvement in my faith, because when my faith gets misplaced, every damn time I would catch a case. And behind those gates, I trace back to the fact that I come from a race of kings and queens, from the pyramids to the nose rings, rulers of the land, powerful beings. It seems I need to seek out the force that drives my ancestors' thirst. See, I was African first and American at birth. African first, American at birth. To me, that means the strength of a generation that ruled like lions and slaved like tigers, but yet we've traded our spears for books, and our strength is inside of our brains. They try to tell us things have changed, but they ain't tamed these police. These streets, I can't say they made me or raised me, but they gave me crazy insight in light of battles won and loved ones lost. I traded my soul to be a boss at the cost of county jails and state-funded vacations. My education is knowledges from street colleges. So now I just breathe as a pulmonologist. But still, perfect is out of reach. But me, I would never cease to seek to be better, because God won't let me forget that much better is in me. And that's my drip.
Snaps. You got people over here talking about powerful, yes, poet, oh, perfect. Like, listen, they in here, they giving y'all all y'all snaps, all y'all praise. Tell me, what inspired that piece?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
What inspired that piece?
So I used to be a knucklehead, man. I used to be in the streets. I've been in blood for over 25 years. East Oakland, just thugging, and that's what I was doing. And the day that I won't go off into what happened, but the day that I made up my mind that I am going to do what I was meant to do, that piece was kind of a catalyst. And it was just my thoughts, things that I knew I was better than what I was doing in life. I knew God had something better in plan for me. And I knew at that time that I had only left him. And so he took my freedom and he gave me poetry. And I recognized that. And I accepted that. And I knew what my mission was. And at that point, that's what made me say, okay, this is it. And and then again, this was, 13, 14 years ago. And so, my blessings have just come ever since I've just made that realization. That piece wasn't even written to be performed. It was written to myself as a reminder. But then I started performing it. Mm-hmm. And God was just like, he put that on my heart, like, perform this because there's other people who can get something out of this.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that did happen with that piece is one of the things that got me out of the system was my last time in prison. I got into a program called the Second Chance Program, which got me into a community college. Paid for all my books, paid for my education, paid for my transportation, paid for my food. And I took a portrait for the people class. And that's when I began to learn about Audre Lorde, June Jordan, just some of the pioneers. And I didn't know that my teacher was actually like in these people's circle. Make a long story short, she's a teacher that also teaches in the California prison systems. And so what she did was she took that piece and she had it published in the school curriculum for the California prison systems. So when that happened, I took that as more of a sign. And so, it just came from, blessings on blessings on blessings on blessings.
Very powerful piece.
Very powerful. To be dead, right?
Very powerful piece. So drive carefully, and I'm gonna put you back in bed. But we'll be here.
I'm almost home now. I'm about 15 minutes from the house. I'm good
now. Okay. Next up, I am gonna have Miss Cheryl. Hello, Miss Cheryl Jackson. I can't hear you.
Hey, Sheena, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here. So you're up. The floor is yours.
Okay. I'm reading a poem from our current book, which is Mirrored Images, and it's called Bloody Battered Knees. Black folks sure been asked to overcome a lot. Slavery, emancipation, segregation, a harsh crack of massa's brittle whip. The dehumanizing stain and stench of founding fathers' cruel North Atlantic slave ships. Subjugation, emasculation, castration, Jim Crow. Hoods and sheets, police beatings, replaced with unarmed civilian shootings. Black folks placed in jail. Many found dead, swinging within cold prison cells. Poverty, disparity, white supremacy. Separate and unequal. Black lives not worth a damn. 274 years of unsung independence. How much more can Black folks be asked to quietly withstand? We've marched, we sang, despite all our suffering and pain. The trees are barer now. Black folks no longer swinging from blood-stained trees, just plain old exhausted from watching my people, Black folks, living life down on bloody and battered knees. Poem. Okay.
See, I forget my mic this time. I said snaps as always. Listen, you always bless me. You look, it was me this time. I couldn't see, you know. But what inspired your piece?
Well, actually, Sheena, our books have a whole lot of Black history in them. And so just watching events unfold in life when we were quarantined at the first part of last year when we were writing this book, that is the primary reason of what inspired that particular poem.
Listen, I love it. I love it. So I'm going to just keep on with the sisters, and I'm just going to bring Miss Wallace up right after you. Why not bless you? Look, the sister behind the sister. So tight. We're going to bring the sister up to, bless us with hers.
Sheena, she's my...
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say, Cheryl?
She's my favorite writer, Sheena.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I do. Oh. Come on, favorite writer.
Hello, how you doing?
Favorite writer. I'm good. How are you? Yours favorite writer.
And she is my favorite writer. She's my favorite everything. Okay, my poem I'm going to do out of our first book. It's called Different Sides of the Same Coin. And this particular piece is called People Lost. Who is these people walking around with their pants hanging down, strange hairdos and jive talk? I hear tell they don't know who they is. They call themselves African American, but the Africans say it ain't so. What your name is? You, who don't answer to nobody, but everybody's listening. You, who ain't got no name, but known by many names. White folk call you the N-word. Then they got sophisticated and called you Negroes. What your name is? You, with your kinky hair, straight hair, weaved hair, curly hair, no hair. Someone said you was black, but that's just a color. Another said you were Afro-American. But last I heard, that ain't nothing but a hairdo. How come you the only ones walking around don't know who you is? Irish, Spanish, Greek, Italian? What you is, black man? God only knows. Jacob laid hold, but nobody knows. Heard you was lost for 40 years. Kings and queens begat your name. Then time stood still and you lost again. Kicked out, sold and bought, whipped and chained, and you forgot your name. Who you is? Mr. and Mrs. Black, with your cotton picking hands, singing your plantation blues, eating your hot sauce and chitlins. Yeah, oh yeah. I saw you marching in them streets, carrying your signs, sitting at them lunch counters talking about we shall overcome. I got your black power. Black is beautiful. Black is back. It's a black thing. Oh yeah. You thought you finally arrived, emancipated, segregated, integrated. Now you's all educated. Look. There you is in your Givenchy suits, driving your Mercedes Benz, working on Wall Street, living in Manhattan. Oh yeah, that affirmative action, it is something else. But the uncle in the Supreme House said, y'all don't need that no more. Now you walking around needing a friend, but most of them in the county doing 10. Man, These people show is strange, laying hold to someone else's name. Now I hear tell there's a book. It's sitting on your shelf. Dust it off and take a look. Unstick the pages and walk through the ages, one by one, until you're done. Pay attention and read real slow. Break it down, and then you'll know. Now that I come to the end, I'll ask my question once again. What your name is and who you be? You closed the book and smiled at me.
Yes, girl. Yes. And it's like you had this animation going on with it. So
oh yeah.
Listen, I love it. I love it. Snaps.
Thank
fire.
you.
You got people saying powerful. They said speak. I don't even need to ask what inspired y'all. Listen, I know the book. It's the book. It's just everything that y'all do is just amazing. Tell people what book that came out of again.
That book, that poem came out of different sides of the same coin. That's our first book.
And show your second. Do you have the second one with you, or do your sister have it?
Oh yes, I have the second one.
Show the second one from the one.
This one is mirrored images. Forgive me, this is my author's copy, but this is our mirrored images.
Absolutely, I love it. I love it. I tell you, y'all are stay blessing me and the people out here. So you hold on tight, because you know we coming back around.
All right.
Next up, we're gonna have Mr. Middleton. My computer's being interrupted. Hey, hey, hey. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Oh, my bad. Peace and blessings, queen, kings, and queens. How we doing?
Yes, we're great. The floor is yours, sir.
All right.
Oh, why did it do that? Tell you, computer. Go ahead.
All right, y'all get ready now. About to watch an episode of Netflix, all right? This is called A Survivor's Plight. I dialed 911 because I needed help. I told them it was detrimental to my health. I told them I have children that I'm trying to protect. I told them there's someone here trying to break my neck. Well, what are they wearing and where are you? Well, what was asked, like checking their clothing, is what I wanted to do. I don't know what they have on. I'm trying to live my life. But this person is determined that if I leave, I die. Well, is there somewhere you can go so you don't have to be there? I just said they'd kill me if I disappeared. Okay, there's no need to yell. We just need some information. Yes, I need to yell. It's the only way to let out this frustration. Okay, we're sending someone out. Can you stay on the phone? No, because I have to get to my children. They feel all alone. Click. Offers to get to the house. Is there a problem here? Yes, this person is harming me and bringing my children to tears and putting me in fear. Well, we don't see any type of harm. Is there really a reason to be alarmed? Yes, we need to leave and to save our life. Officer, it's just a misunderstanding with my wife. We go through this all the time. Everything's just fine. Well, we can see the children. Can we see the children to make sure they're all right? Sure, officer, they're right here, ready to say goodnight. Okay, there doesn't seem to be a problem here. You folks have a good night. Sir, please, get us out of here, or there will be another fight. This is a matter for the family courts. I'm sure they can settle this dispute. Don't you care that I'm being beaten down, and they don't even care if the kids are around? They're lying to you, and you know it's true, but you love to see us suffer. It's funny to you. So when I've been strangled or shot to death, remember I came to you with my very last breath. I try to pray because they say God is real, but how can I pray when it's a punch to the stomach I feel? I go to the police, but they have to see something wrong. And I go to the courts, and they all are singing the same damn song. Well, no more. Damn the house that I worked hard for, because this fool done put his foot through the door. Forget about the children's school. They can make friends elsewhere, because it's my job to protect them, even if it's from those that's supposed to care. I can make minimum wage from anywhere else. I shouldn't have to run, but I can't fight with no help. Come on, kids, we are leaving right now. I don't know where, but we will be safer from here. I promise this here. No one will find us, and you won't be harmed. I'll fight this battle from elsewhere. Now get in the car. You're nothing, and no one will ever want you. You have no money, so what you gonna do? Scream! That's called a survivor's plight.
Nice, nice, nice. Awesome as always. What inspired that piece?
Domestic violence. I watched my wife go through domestic violence. I've watched domestic violence on the rise ever since this pandemic came in. I watched how the court system worked. I saw a woman was shot in the head right down the street from me because going through the court systems, I mean, so I speak for them. I am the voice of those that literally nobody's listening to.
Right. Absolutely. Nice piece. Is that in your book that's coming up, or that's just a piece that you wrote?
No, that's going to be in the piece that's coming out. And in my book,
now, what is going to be the title of your book that's coming out?
Uncontrollable Control.
All right, I like it. Do you have a release date for it yet?
It's going to be April 9th.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to that. So I'm gonna put you back in the backstage, and next up I will have Miss Elevation, the poet, in the building. Miss Harris. How are you, hun? You're on mute.
Hey.
Hey. I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Oh, goodness. Busy in these streets, but I am well.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, my goodness.
So can you tell the people who you are? I mean, I told them what your name is, but tell them who you are and then go into your piece after that. The floor is yours.
Okay. I am so scatterbrained right now. I'm literally just coming in from a sound bath and then doing homework with my son.
Right.
But I am most elevated deepness. I am a poet, a singer, background vocalist, all those things out of Augusta, Georgia. And I'll just be doing some poetry for you tonight. I pray that you're blessed by it. I never prided myself in being the wittiest or the prettiest. But this right here, baby, I work hard for this. Bore scars for this. Serve my country proudly, Purple Heart war scars for this. Who we are in this room are warriors. Won't be none after, wasn't none before us. See, because we are made from a different cloth. Keep your cotton, see, we are the fabric of each other's lives. I need you to survive, and I refuse to let this dream die. See, my son will never look at me and say, Mommy didn't try, and I believe that the ancestors are looking down from the skies, and to them, it's no surprise that it's a sign of the time how my words create rhymes. No longer miscellaneous chimes, more in the line of divine, because I've died and I've been resurrected. See, I sat back, been criticized and corrected. Now I pray that my words will reach your hearts and minds and be well respected. Don't neglect this. Better yet, stop, look, listen. Constantly premonitions coming at you by one, by two, by three, not knowing he who finds, she finds a good thing. Luscious, sweet, cool, complete, intelligent, whole, privileged to encounter. Who is this, you truthfully ask? This overtowering Nubian sister who wears not a mask, defies the worldly norm, can make any man jump back into the womb and be reborn if she so desires. Jesus Christ, Prince of Peace, strong in battle, he lights her fire. Yo, who is she? Well, she is me. African beauty, Nubian cutie, Nefertari, meth duty to Hootie, most elevated deepness, lady poet, act like you know, see if 32 to the 1/5 power, then simplified equals 2, then that's true. And if I say I'm gonna take break and mold your mind with this poetry, then that's what I'm gonna do. You tell me that I'm dope, and I tell you that I know. See, in order to be, then you must know. And if you don't, then maybe you should go slow and easy. As if a cool, refreshing breeze from heaven came and caressed your soul with the intent to make you bold about who's and who you are. See, I am his seed, and his seed is blessed, though stressed at times. The devil tries his best at times to rob me of my sanity, my intellect, and yes, my spirituality. Fighting an already won war, my goal is immortality. See, he is my hopes and dreams, my joy supreme, my savior, Lord and King. Yo, he's my everything. Supplies me with the ability to do what I do. So no, Lord, none of me, all of you. Thank you so much. That's that piece.
Miss Harris, you are always a blessing. I love your pieces. They always just, they elevate my soul.
Come on.
As always. Listen,
that's what it's about.
Always. And I always appreciate you coming through and blessing us with those powerful and deep words.
No doubt.
There is power in the words.
And is. Words are so
in the words.
Definitely.
Are you going to do a second piece with us later, or are you? Because I know you just get home and everything. But one piece is fine. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, the thing is this: since everybody was here and doing their thing and they was on time, if y'all have enough room for me at the end to throw me in there, I'll be here. But if time
we got enough room for you.
Okay.
It's always room over here.
Or you know what? I'll say this. I'm a tune in and I'm gonna be listening and watching, but I gotta make a little something to eat for my son right quick.
Absolutely.
So y'all go ahead and do your thing, man. Y'all shine like the diamonds y'all are, and do your thing.
All right. Tell everybody how to follow you just in case you still busy.
Definitely. You can follow me on Facebook under Vanessa Harris. And Instagram, you can follow me under Most Elevated. Also on Facebook, I have an artist page, Most Elevated Deepness. And that's pretty much the ways to link up with me.
Thank you very much, as always. You're a blessing.
Thank you.
Next up, I hope y'all guys have been enjoying yourselves. Please share. Please, give somebody might need to hear these words. So share it, like, comment, all the snaps. Give these poets some love. Go follow them. Go see what they're doing. Go support them as well. Next, back up, we're going to have Miss Kane in the building. Come back to the stage. Hello, Miss Kane. It's back to you. And you are up, and the floor is yours, hon.
Yes, ma'am. My next piece is The Power to Forgive My Haters. I want to inspire everyone. We must possess the power in our lives to forgive our haters. It takes power to forgive people that you treated with so much love, and they in return took advantage and misused your love and kindness. And after they got what they wanted, they leave you high and dry and act like they don't even know your name or they don't know who you are. The haters that I have dealt with and is dealing with don't like the favor that has been placed on my life. I had to go through a long, hard process to get where I am today. It was not easy, but with God, I'm able to move to the next level that He has for me. My haters can't do nothing with me because they ain't seen nothing yet, for the best is yet to come. I have learned to take out the trash. I mean those negative thoughts, negative people, and anything that will try to stop me from achieving my goals and dreams of success. So I just want to inspire and encourage everyone to do not allow your haters to stop you from achieving your goals and your dreams of success. Take out the negative trash. Know that you can do all things through Christ. So get rid of all that negativity that has tried to block you and push you from your dreams. Don't give up. Stay focused, stay positive, and continue to work hard to achieve everything you want in life. For the best is yet to come for you. So you have the power to forgive your haters. Just remember that the haters can't do nothing with you because they have not seen nothing yet. Because the best is coming for you. And you are going to amaze them. They're going to wonder how you made it. But you let them know you don't have power over me because I'm going to make it to the top. I love you all.
Yes, Michelle. Yes. I tell you, that inspiration, gonna have to listen. You inspired me. You giving me a lot of soul over here tonight. I'm telling you. When is your book? Is your second book out already?
Yes, it will be released next week. It's coming out next week on the 18th.
Yes, y'all remember that date. Her second book is coming out next week on the 18th. And what is the title of the book?
It's Christian Inspirational Writings 2. Absolutely. And the piece I just did was from that book. And excellent. And also, my father collaborated with me on this book. So he's written a piece in the book as well.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to have Mr. Al come up next. Miss Michelle, hang on tight back there in the backstages. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves tonight. Mr. Al,
what's up? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ready to rock and roll once again. One more again.
The floor is yours.
That's right. Listen, a poet once dropped that ... to illustrate street code that was used in the past. It spoke of racial conspiracies and governmental acts that would leave you aghast. The concrete jungle intercommunicates with a vibe they will never be able to grasp. But more than words spoken, it's a movement poised to advance. Through this unity, we can be controlled, but fortified when unified we stand. Capturing the essence of Black power, that which civil disobedience could create. Long since those words transpired, Black exponents we're prepared to forsake. The denouement of past Black movements rightfully give room for pause. Once federal dollars are injected, your vision has succumbed to its ownership clause. Give them an inch and they will take a mile, and eventually they will control it all. What makes us so weak in our resolve? Lofty expectations unable to unfold? Why are we disillusioned with individualism? The collective compounds growth. When will we as a people wake the hell up? Hell, damned if I know. Damned if I know.
Damned if I know. Damned if I know. I love it. That was inspired by, is this in your book as well?
Yeah, this was in my book as well. This is actually an inspiration. One of my biggest challenges with us is that the disunity and the creating the environment that causes us to distrust each other, right, and not look to each other. We find ourselves being able to be more invested in other diasporas than our own. And it's really a cycle that we need to break in order for us to really take advantage of what our buying power is, what our community is. We are very disjointed, but I believe that we have a great sense of unity that is right below. It's like almost like a diamond in the rough. And we just got to make sure that we work to find that diamond. And once we do, And they understand it. But once we do, we'll be unstoppable.
Right. And that's back to we are powerful.
That's
We'll be
it.
unstoppable. And the
Okay.
power is in you. You got to activate it.
That's
you got
it.
to figure out what your purpose is and walk it. So absolutely. Thank you as always. Don't go nowhere.
All right. No
I'm
doubt.
gonna drop you back in the back.
No doubt.
I am gonna have Ms. Lala back in the building. My sister, Ms. Lala, are you ready, honey?
Yes, ma'am. I am so thoroughly enjoying myself, listening to all these poets spit this knowledge. I was kind of torn between the next piece, but I'm going to stick with this one here.
Okay.
All right. So this is, it's all about healing for me. And, sometimes Rumi says, the wound is the place where light enters. And so we have to get used to healing. And sometimes the healing hurts more than the wound. And that's why a lot of people don't want to heal. But if we can get through that, we'll be so much better. So, hey, woman, no cry. Hey, woman, no cry. Hey, woman, no cry. Hey, woman, no cry. I remember. Actually, I try to forget. And memories always resurface. For the first time in my life, I sought a counselor to unearth it. It's hard, but it's working. Fight or flight begins to kick in, and I hear, hey, woman, no cry. Hey, woman, no cry. But I do. And when I do, I hear, everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be all right now. Everything's gonna be all right. Then I fight. Throw caution to the wind in my fists to block out the voices that remind me of my poor choices I made regarding self-care. I was unaware of the pain inside of me, dying due to slow bleeds, constant seeps via the outer me. The inner me is my enemy. The complex me vexes me, texts me, then texts me, I love you, then loves me not. Spots of blemishes diminish me, tear at the roots of me, bury me to devour me. The mask no longer my destiny, but a turn to the right of me. To the ground, the original form of me lifted by the crown. The nail of me, the inner me, has become the winner me, purposeful and purposely. Dare I say, fearfully and wonderfully made. No shade, only light. A woman, no cry. A woman, no cry. A woman, no cry. A woman, no cry.
You know, you always bless me with that song because that actually came from my monologue. Listen, every time I go back and watch that Zoom, me and the kids be in here jamming. So that was like one of my favorites. I mean, you are one of my favorite poets. But listen, that right there, I go back to the Zoom all the time. Like, yo, I be here like, yeah, but it's everything. It's everything. You always bless me as always. I tell you, y'all just filling me up tonight.
Babe.
You have they in here saying yes. You getting the hands, the snaps. They loving it all. They loving it all as always. Anybody that, because I see people said they wanted to be on and everything. The floor is open. You have to just reach out to me. And if you don't know how to contact me, either friend me on Facebook as Sheena Goodine or Sheena Goodine Author. You can come find my page, which is Powering Your Voice, where this is actually screaming off of. I'm actually thinking about maybe once a month doing a poet thing. Get in touch with me.
Yes,
get in touch with me and
come through.
Find me how you can be a part. It's nothing to bless the world with your words, because that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Being able to impact, empower, and inspire people with words, because words mean so much. Yes. And it gives so much power, and we forget that our words have power, because so many times we give people the words and forget how it actually makes someone feel.
Yes.
Or how it makes somebody react. Because actions always have another reaction. So we always got to remember there's power in your words and there's power in your voice, and you got to use it. You got to use it, and you got to be powerful with it. Stand for what it is. Know who you are. And how they say self-knowledge and self-worth and self-love. Let's get it. See, Ty, you always get me into my stuff. See,
That's what I'm talking about. That's what's supposed to happen. That glow up is supposed to come out. Come on now. Come on now.
Yes, as always. Yes, as always. So next up, my computer doing too much. Trying to. We are have next. We're going to biology. He home now. So back. You have. I'm gonna ask my computer to stop being retarded. Gotta love the internet, sis. Retarded. Sorry. Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. My computer wanted to be special. So, gotta love technology. Lala, thank you. Next, I'm gonna have Poemanologist. Come on to the stage. There you go. See, I gotta work with the phone.
Yeah.
See, my internet wanted to be special right quick, so I gotta reboot the computer. But I'm gonna have you do your thing while I do that.
That's what's up. Okay. My next piece is called Black Man's Ink. Our ink. Our ink is black art. Our ink is the flavor craved by blank ballots standing alone because it's been absent of the voices of our counterparts that's been spread apart. We march with hardened hearts to unpeel and demand that change starts. But that only brings us so far. We have identically starved. being sealed with hate-filled lard. Inches and yards is the only thing between the poles being enlightened with the scars of our potent dark mark. A permanent print that engraves DNA deep in the heart of ghost-colored pages with dried thoughts and refusing to recognize our parts. We must let our ink flow hard and drip large. We can cover bare naked pages and rearrange a whole nation when our spark hits those sensory parts. Our ink is a cloud born of its own dilution, polluting the lives produced in the sky so that it appears swift and clear as liquid. We must be willing to reach the bottom of the ocean. Floating together, our ink can be thick as the tar of a dead squid. We're in a cold red, and motherfuckers glad for us to have a say in the way we move ahead, plan a future for our kids so that they are not part of this misled virus spread. And I ain't talking about COVID either. I mean, I love spreading my dark ink and ebonizing the minds of dormant think. I love being me, chocolate, 6'3", about 200 pounds on the LBs, and my sink sprouts enough ink to fill a bottomless glass so there's no last drink. The everlasting speak of our speak will forever be on repeat. Our ink will forever violate the points we make, will always be turned away until we 6 feet deep or close. Same way they did Cassius Clay and others who left their ink for me to see. I'm talking Marshall, Martin, Malcolm, Tupac, Nipsey. They all spread ink in me, so I know I got a leaf on the family tree for show. The strength upon our numbers will show. Just get out there and vote. Together our pens be strong enough to make them adjust. Gut them at the peak, cut off the lust that seeks to keep our feet concreted in mistrust. Take off the cap, let our message spray their backs with whip marks that was left like road maps. Bricks and stones, jails and burned down homes is only part of the toll stove for all people having the right to vote. So especially now is not the time to abuse or misuse. Right now we are armed with a bridge to unite and give vision to your own issues. Go nuts, we got numbers to crush like cashews. I shoot these nouns and verbs at you because they wish to depend us. So those that depend on us suffers. The Senate seats are just as vital as others. So the ink that spills from our pen, we can win. The ink of a black man is never too thin, unfiltered when you let us in. Don't amend us, your reactions offend us. Respect and accept our dialect because our pens won't finish unless the Almighty ends us. And that's my drip. Oh damn, I think her internet might have went out again, y'all.